A North Shore family is about to face their biggest test yet.
We first introduced you to the Holly family last year. The dad and oldest daughter suffered from stomach cancer and had to undergo a grueling surgery to remove their stomachs in order to survive. Tonight, the family faces yet another challenge, one they've been dreading as they try to spread awareness of the rare genetic condition that's testing their faith.
Everybody, what would it be?
Inside this math class at Lancaster Elementary in Madisonville,
5.
these fifth graders study hard, preparing for LEAP tests and looking forward to the end of the year.
Good.
But while most of these kids will head to camp or hang with their friends over the summer, 11-year-old Ava Holly gets ready to undergo a life-changing procedure.
It was a shock because you don't think that something like that could happen to someone so young and innocent.
I was scared.
Why were you scared?
That I won't make it.
We first met Ava and her family last year. At the time, her 16-year-old sister Zoe and her dad Corey were recovering after having their stomachs removed. They both suffered from a rare hereditary stomach cancer.
Mine was stage 3. It was throughout the whole stomach.
I wasn't scared because I feel like they wouldn't remove my stomach if I couldn't live without it. So I don't know, I wasn't scared about that part. Scared for surgery, though.
Their doctors say the surgery involves attaching the esophagus to the small intestine to allow for small portions of food to be eaten and digested. Complications for both Zoe and her dad abounded.
Did you ever think that you wouldn't make it?
A couple times, yes. Yes. A couple times it got real bad.
Within just a few months' time, the Holly's world turned upside down. After years of stomach problems like pain while eating and vomiting, they learned Corey carried the CDH1 gene, which causes diffused gastric cancer. They found out his mother also carried the gene, which he passed on to his daughters, Zoe and Ava.
They say once you got the gene that you should remove the stomach because it's gonna grow sooner or later.
Last year, the family knew Ava had cancer cells in her stomach, but were hopeful she could live a normal childhood. But a recent trip to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for a routine checkup proved otherwise.
I got a call the Monday when we got back to let me know that there were cells that were all at the bottom lining of her stomach. So he told me that at this point it's time to take the stomach out because there is a lot of inflammation and there were a lot of cells.
You were hoping to wait until she was at least in high school if she had to have this surgery done. But to find out now that she's in 5th grade to have this done.
I was devastated. It's like Zoe, and now Corey just made a year and it's like, bam, now it's Ava's turn.
Breaking the news to Ava, one of the hardest things Heather Holly says she's had to do.
She said we needed to talk, and she said my stomach been getting worse, and we need to take it out before it gets worse.
I feel like we're robbing her childhood because, I mean, could we wait? Possibly, but would it be too late? You just never know.
Left untreated, doctors say diffused gastric cancer can be deadly. Heather Holly talks with other families afflicted with this disease and knows it could be a life or death situation.
It is scary, and I'm scared. I'm petrified, like, to know that I have to be strong and walk in that OR with her and watch her go to sleep, and knowing that there may be complications. It's just hard.
Having your entire stomach removed, it's a hard concept for anybody to wrap their mind around, especially if you're a child. But Ava knows this may be a way to make her feel better.
Throwing up, and just every time I eat, it hurts.
She's hid it well from her closest friends and teachers.
There maybe have been 1 or 2 times where she hasn't really felt well, and we've dealt with that. But that's it. Other than that, she's been really great.
So we're on this one?
But she recently decided to share her diagnosis with her classmates
Oh, I get what you're saying.
to help them understand what she's been going through.
A couple of them knew, the rest were kind of shocked. They did have some questions, your normal questions.
Their reaction to the news their young friend had cancer,
It seems like they're forming their own little family around her. She is never alone.
So we are gonna put this together right now.
that support is much needed, both for Ava and her family.
The emotional stress of this must be overwhelming.
Yeah, it's taking a toll.
You get 3 women, and when they're all crying, you feel helpless. Like, what can I do? I'm supposed to be there, and it's just hard.
With medical bills mounting, the reality of 3 cancer diagnoses between her husband and 2 girls in just 1 year's time overwhelms Heather. She's the only one not battling stomach cancer in her house. She's struggling to be her family's rock.
It's hard. And I don't think anybody actually fully understands because they'll be like, oh, it's gonna be fine. You've been through it already. It's hard when you tell someone you've been through it already when you haven't seen it.
Little Ava says she knows there's a reason she's going through this right now. She's facing a new normal in the weeks and months ahead. It won't be easy, but this 11-year-old is resolute in her faith, believing this is part of a bigger plan.
I guess, God wanted us to be brave, and He knows we're going to get through this any way or another, and it's meant to be.
Ava's surgery is scheduled for next month at St. Jude. She's expected to spend at least a month in the hospital recovering. The family has a GoFundMe account to raise money for their medical bills, and you can find a link to that account on our website, fox8live.com.